what if I just ended Encanto at the house fell apart and the magic disappeared? Or if Harry Potter was just Voldemort caught Harry Potter? Do you think the Avengers franchise would have done as well as it did if it just ended with Thanos got the Infinity Stones, the end? Exactly. They'd suck because they're ending the story too soon. We can't end it at the peak of pain and distress. So why are you doing that to your story? Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm Kira Wackett. Thanks for joining me for another solo episode of the Untethering Shame podcast. Today I want to talk about the importance of the comma, or continuing your story beyond a fear, pain point, or loss. Too often we truncate our stories, ending them on something out of our control or deemed a failure. I didn't get the part. My partner cheated on me. That driver almost cut me off. I yelled at my kid. My dad was never there for me. How do you feel when you hear these sentences? Sad? Deflated? Angry? Frustrated? Me too. And if this is how we end our stories, wrap up each chapter of our lives and days, it's no wonder we start to find ourselves caught in a feedback loop of negativity, anxiety, and lacking self-efficacy. We begin to see life as happening to us and our participation in it mired in failure and disappointment. But the end point is subjective, and you have the power to change where you put the period. Whenever you find yourself here, I want you to ask yourself, and then what? Instead of saying, I didn't get the part, continue the story beyond this bullet point and anchor it back on you as the primary character. Make space to name how you feel or felt in response and focus on what's in your control. So I didn't get the part might become, I didn't get the part. I was disappointed, but got some great notes on how to keep growing, and I'll try again next audition season. My partner cheated on me. I felt betrayed and rejected. I left the marriage and am working on rebuilding my sense of self to find a partner who will treat me with the love and respect I deserve. I yelled at my kid. I hate when I do that, and I feel a lot of shame. I apologize to them, and I'm working on recognizing the triggers for my reactivity and how I can better respond in those moments so I don't act like this in the future. The fact remains that the initial sentence is still true. It's just not how we're going to end the story. I was a guest on a podcast a while back where we talked about our lives without present fathers, and she talked about the power shift from telling the story, my father wasn't there for me, versus my father wasn't there for me, and I'm okay. So I want you to consider all of those bullet points that you've gotten stuck in, all of those periods that you've put down on paper that are limiting you from being the person in control of your story or seeing yourself beyond that pain point, that letdown, or that moment that's still causing you disruption. What shifts that you experience in viewing yourself or your life by turning that period into a comma? As we wrap for the day, I want you to pick one point to carry with you, either a question for reflection, goal, or next step. I'd love to hear from you, everything and anything that comes up, so be sure to drop your answer in the Q&A, fill out the poll, or send me a voice memo so we can connect and I can support you in this work. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. I truly appreciate you taking the time to listen. And if you found today's episode valuable and insightful, I encourage you to subscribe, leave a review, hit that 5-star button, and of course, share this episode with someone you think could benefit from hearing it. If you're ready to take that next step in your own shame resilience journey, be sure to click the link in the show notes to download my free handout, 5 things shame resilient people do every day and 3 things they don't. And if you're looking for more ways to connect, you'll find links to my website and YouTube channel below, as well as a link to set up a discovery call to go over any questions you have about program offerings or next steps in your shame resilience journey. Thank you for tuning in today. And remember, change takes time, but every step counts. So stay the course, stay hopeful, and stay committed to your well-being. We'll be back with more insightful discussions to support you on your journey. Until then, take care, and I'll catch you next episode.